Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me see, let me do my rapper. Good morning, chat club. What's up, y'all? Look, we got merch. We got Enter the Chat merch. Whoo, child. They might have hit us with one late last night. I just reacted to it. It is going through YouTube's little checks right now. And once we get it through the checks, I'm gonna go and upload it to it. So we got some housekeeping to do. Let me get over here to my channel. You saw it last night? So, how y'all doing? How y'all feeling after yesterday? Yesterday, we had us a busy day. Thank you, Marquisa, for posting that up. Let me see who we got in here. Let's do that first. We got Karen Strong, Deborah Edwards, Cynthia Wimberly, Marquisa, of course, Karen Strong, and Nikki. Nikki here. Morning, Nikki. Okay, Nikki, let me Nikki had asked to come up last night. So Nikki, I'm about to send you an invite link to your email, okay? I'm gonna email it to you. Okay. Good morning, Izella. Good morning, D Brown. What's going on? Happy Monday morning blues. What? Ain't no blues. We don't have the blues, do we? So I was telling everybody that Nikki had asked yesterday evening to come on, and I saw she even had posted something to me saying she had a lot to say. So I'm gonna bring her up. Sometimes when I do these and I bring people up, I'll drop the link and then I'll just start letting people up. Then sometimes I'm only gonna pick one person and let one person up. That's because it can get kind of crazy. Yeah, I'm sending it to you now, Nikki. It can get a little crazy. So okay, Nikki, I sent it. Check your email. So sometimes it is MLK. Happy MLK. Thank you, Marquisa. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Deborah says, I was thinking, what if they take family pics of baby and Bethany is not in them and Larry posts on the stand and Bethany break the pics? That's the possibility. I don't know that she would do that. But that's because she really wants to get rid of them pictures of him and Lynette. I wanted to find the pictures of him and Shara. Good morning, Lynn. Yeah, I've been stewing over it too. I actually have a reaction that I'm posting. We're gonna go ahead and add Nikki to the stage.
Good morning.
Good morning, Nikki.
How are you?
Good. You got an echo, so I don't know if you need to turn your thing off. We got an echo.
I don't have but one thing on. Is that better? Oh wait, now I can't hear.
Go ahead and talk. I muted myself. I think you're getting the echo from me. Unmute yourself.
Oh wait.
You good. Just talk.
Okay, good. Okay. Okay. Good morning. So I'm glad I didn't come on last night because after the last skit, I ended up seeing something else. I was like, that's very interesting. So first of all, let me start off with saying this right here. I'm trying to keep my calm. Well, I'm better now. So it is just a skit. So when I was listen, this happened last night, so I can't remember everything I wanted to say. But anyway, most likely what I was trying to say was I'm very disgusted with this Larry character now. I'm disgusted because he acted like he was gonna do something. He was all hurt or whatever about what his son said. And then he didn't even give her the business to let her know XYZ. So you still patronizing this lady. You still not even and you still gonna get what your son say, even though you said the night before that, hey, I'm not gonna go behind my son's back and ruin my relationship with my son for you, because that's exactly what you're doing. And I'm just like so confused as to what we doing. What are we doing? Like I'm very disgusted. He just makes my skin crawl. He very much disgusts me as a character. I've never seen a dude like this old in this punkish. Never in my life. Like how you this old and you a punk? Make that make sense. But
Okay,
but
go ahead.
but this is the thing I peeped last night, and I'm glad that I waited to the day. I low key think Larry is an alcoholic, and I think he's one of them alcoholics. Alcoholics when they get drunk, they black out. I'm starting to peep that he's an alcoholic because we started to notice they started slipping in him drinking a couple months ago. Now he's doing it more and more and more,
Nikki,
and more.
I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need you to get out my head because in this skit,
Yes,
reaction that I am about to post
mm-hmm.
towards the end,
Mm-hmm.
I say that very thing. Have y'all noticed that Larry is drinking more?
Larry is a drunk, and he's a blackout drunk. And you know what? Remember when you were saying that Bethany caught me at a low point? I think he might have blacked out and don't remember, and that's how they got together. I'm telling you, he a blackout drunk. That's why
Well, I'm not ready to go as far as to say he's a blackout drunk,
mm-hmm.
but I do believe alcohol is one of his coping mechanisms
Mm-hmm.
when he's dealing with PTSD.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I feel like when his PTSD is unchecked,
Mm-hmm.
if he does not seek the help that he needs, he
Mm-hmm.
will lean on alcohol. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not quite ready to label him a drunk or an alcoholic,
Mm-hmm.
but I do believe he has the propensity to go there when his PTSD is unchecked. And Bethany,
Mm-hmm.
even though it's of his own making, Bethany is a huge source
Mm-hmm.
of his PTSD. Correct, Marquisa. He is in the sunken place. Lynn just called out. She just said everybody's been noticing he's been drinking more lately.
Well, guess what? I'm gonna go ahead and stand 10 toes on what I said. He a blackout drunk.
Okay, well, hold on. I'm reading comments. Hold on. Larry didn't tell Bethany the truth that Jaden told him if she has to come, he don't need to come. Larry really has been uninvited. Yes, he has definitely been uninvited. And yes, Marquisa, he is in the sunken place. Here is my thing with Larry. He wanted to go and drink on Bourbon Street in New Orleans, but Bethany got drunk instead. And so he had to stay sober. Then he went. So if we go back and we look at that, New Orleans skit with her and how we were just all like, "Oh my God, this is Bethany." But if we get over that part of it, we can see that Bethany. I'm gonna mute you, Nikki. Bethany has in that moment she took something away from him he wanted. Bethany is constantly taking things away from Larry. Whether it be relationships, whether it be fun moments that he wants to enjoy for himself, she's constantly taking things away from him and trying to replace herself with those things. I could make the argument, oh, they're a couple, they need to have a little fun. But we have not seen that Bethany since New Orleans. I think that Bethany came out of New Orleans because she was trying to take that away from him. Looney says he's a ticking time bomb. He just better not blow up on Shar again. I don't give a I don't give a F. Yes. And then Izella says, oh, I agree. I was thinking the same thing. Ooh wee. All right, Nikki, I'm unmuting you, girl. Get geared up. Get geared up.
Listen, everybody was talking about, oh, how Brooke, what you call you to be a child. On this one, I'm riding with Brooke on this one. First of all, she a mind of her business. Her brother brought her into this mess. And you know what? That scene with Brooke, that's the part that really got me disgusted with Larry. Cause how your child, and did you peep how she said you let this woman, she ain't say Bethany, she said, Mom, she said, how you let this woman guilt your son, help you get your son, and go on against what she said. Like, I look at what people be saying, listen to what they be saying. She ain't got no respect for Bethany, for real.
Okay, so with that, what's gonna happen is today I'm dropping a skit about the demise of Bethany and Brooke's relationship. When did it start falling apart? And it did not start falling apart when Shara came in town, like Bethany likes to say. It started long before that. So we're gonna do a deep dive today into when that occurred with Bethany and Brooke. Brooke at this point has no respect for Bethany at this point. The only reason why she's giving her any type of respect at this point is simply because her dad is choosing to stay married to her. Brooke does not like Bethany. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. She does not like Bethany.
Yes, I was like, did she call her this woman? I said, oh baby, she is too through. And then when she was mocking her, I said, Brooke, get her. And it just made me disgusted because how is it your child telling you the whole utter and complete truth, and you sitting here not saying nothing? You ain't co-signing what she said. You ain't backing her up. And then you gonna how to make these kids apologize for telling the truth. When I was growing up, I was always told, I ain't gonna whoop you, tell the truth. I ain't gonna beat you if you tell the truth.
But here's the thing, Nikki, and I gotta interject this because I don't think you hadn't been on here long enough to know this about me. If you want to really get me angry, let me hear you say to a child, stay in a child's place. That is a problem for me. Because I want you to analyze anytime you as a child were ever told to stay in a child's place. You were told to stay in a child's place when you were already probably staying with your grandmama or your mama. You can't go outside and play. You are right there in the midst of a conversation. And because you hear that conversation, you ask a question or you make a comment, not being disrespectful, but you're told to stay in a child's place. Let me ask this question, because I get tired of people saying that, so I'm gonna go and put it there. What is a child's place?
So
if you really think about it, what is a child's place?
So I'm gonna just say for me, when I was growing up, we didn't really get told that, but what we got told was like something like stay out of grown folks' business, something like that. But the thing about it is, you're right. They would have conversations. Start the conversation off around us, and then after they get it started, you realize we listening. They want to try to send us out the room or send us outside, but it's already done. We already heard what was said. So I think when people say stay out of a child's play, I think that means for them. I guess that means for them, don't repeat what's being said. Don't go outside and hear X, Y, Z and embarrass me. I think
but
that's.
Do you see why that's a problem though?
Huh?
Do y'all do? I'm not just asking Nikki. I'm asking everybody. Do you all see why that is a problem? Because stay in a child's place is a big problem of what's going on in the Black community, and we see this with Brooke. Except Brooke is being verbally, psychologically, and emotionally abused by Bethany.
Now, let me say this right here.
Hold on. Let me finish my point.
Go ahead. Sorry.
She's being emotionally, psychologically, and there's one other abuse by Bethany. I'm gonna call it socially abused. And then they want to tell her you're a child. You don't go from being a child to an adult overnight. there are milestones in a person's growth and development. Yes, they are lonely. They are giving her PTSD. You are so right. There is growth. Now, if you want to say mind your business or stay out of grown folks' business, that's one thing. Okay? But when someone says stay in a child's place, most of the time a child don't know what a child's place is. I'm going to give you an example from my own life. Okay? I, as a child, I'm prophetic. Okay? I have a prophetic gifting. Spiritual self. I'm not no witch. I'm a Christian, but I have a prophetic gifting. Okay? So as a child, when I would be at church, if I walk outside and the deacons would be and the old men would be outside smoking. And so while I'm out there, I might look at them and say, that cigarette gonna kill you. Back then, there were no warning labels. I'm 53 years old. So back in the mid to late 70s, I was born in 73. In the early 80s, there were no warnings on cigarettes, no certain general warnings about no cancer, nothing else from no cigarettes. Okay, they got their squares and they were just smoking them. But I told them that every last one of those men who I told that to died from cancer. Okay. Now, from what I understand from my father, my grandfather, who also was a smoker, who also died of cancer, later in life now, said that he would tell my daddy, you need to get her in her place. She need to get her back in the child's place. She don't need to be talking to these grown folks like that. But I wasn't being disrespectful. I wasn't going off. It was a message that was given to me or a vision that I had, and I told him. You understand what I'm saying? I, as a child, was assaulted, okay, by a neighbor, by one of my grandparents' neighbors. It was a young boy, but I was assaulted by him. For a long time, I kind of sort of blacked it out, but kids would tease me about stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I know that stay in a child's place, which means do what I tell you to do. If I tell you to go on over there, you're going to go on over there. You understand what I'm saying? Not that my grandparents set me up to be a target or nothing like that. But like, go. Now it's done. Go get me some sugar from Miss so-and-so. Then I go get the sugar. I'm going to get it. But I'm scared now because I've been attacked. I don't know that he ain't going to bother you. Do you see what I'm saying? Stay in a child's place.
That's trauma. That's trauma.
Stay in a child's place for me. And I'm finna get straight up raw with it. Means whatever I tell you to do, it's different from mind your business. Stay in a child's place means whatever I tell you your place is at this moment, that's where you will go because you are a child. I am an adult, and you're gonna do what I tell you to do, regardless of what the detriment, the trauma, or whatever it causes you. So I'm telling everybody on here, do not come on here saying nothing to me about Brooke or nobody else need to stay in a child's place. Because unless you can tell me specifically what a child's place is, I don't want to hear that shit.
So
now that's it. Now I'm not saying that's what Nikki said.
No. I'm not offended. I get it. I'm not offended. I think because your parents, my parents, were raised or whatever. I think they have a lot of, I don't know, I don't want to say internalized trauma or whatever, but because certain things they went through, they know how to, communicate effectively with the kids. And all they knew to say was stay in a child place instead of telling the kid, okay, well, let's talk about this, X, Y, Z. But if you notice, a lot of these kids now, a lot of people now, they setting up boundaries. They doing no contact because they try to break that. Now, I don't agree with parents who do this right here. They involve their kids in grown folks' business. I'm not with that at all. Because when I was growing up, you get out about a grown folks conversation. Now, again, I didn't get told, or my cousins, we didn't get told stay in a child's place. Now, we might have got told stay out of growth of business. That was a lot of said.
Right.
And
And that's a
never
totally
remember
different
that
thing.
being said to us. Now I understand that, but in this particular skit, she was brought into this. She was minding her business. Her brother brought it to her, and then
Brooke
she just
has
had to
been bought
respond to
into a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She's been bought into a lot of stuff. And even like with the Destiny coming down, Brooke didn't want to keep that secret.
Mm-hmm.
They put that on her.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't involve me in the discussion
Mm-hmm.
and then put that on me. Now the couch,
Mm-hmm.
Shara should have never told her where this couch came from. She should have just came home and it was a couch. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, Brooke be making me mad. Don't get me wrong. Brooke be pissing me off a lot, especially when she starts portraying those Bethany tendencies. But I understand why she does that. Because if you look at what Larry did to her, and this is proof, trying to make her apologize to Bethany. Okay. He essentially is putting it in her mind that the dirt that Bethany does is okay. He is co-signing Bethany's mess. And it's not something that just would have started.
Right.
Larry's been co-signing Bethany's mess ever since he brought Brooke into his own.
Right.
And got with Bethany.
Out
of some blind loyalty.
I agree.
And now what we are seeing is he is now drinking more and more in these skits because he has not dealt with, and I'm not trying to call this lady fat, but I'm gonna call it. He has not dealt with the elephant in the room. No pun intended. But Bethany is the elephant. My face wants to get stuck. It's the elephant in the room. He is not handling his business
at all
when it comes to Bethany.
At all.
And now with Brooke is now segueing. This goes back to milestones. You don't go from being a child to being an adult like that.
Right.
Bethany wants to still say, but they're children. No, neither Brooke or what you call it, children per se. Destiny is just one step away from being Georgia age of consent of 16. I'm not saying it's okay for grown people to attack them or mess with them. They're like that. That's still wrong. Okay. But what I'm saying is legally, if they want to try them as an adult, legally, if Destiny said, I'm through with school and she wanted to drop out of school, legally, if Brooke said, I'm finna go stay with my mama, it really ain't nothing they can do about that. There's no more custody arrangements to be gotten because they are now old enough. They are not children. They are young adults. Bethany wants to keep Brooke, okay, I'm about to say it, in a child's place so she can control Brooke. That's why I mentioned the child's place thing. That wasn't me coming for you, Nikki. That was one to start us with a discussion, but also so I can explain to people why I hate that saying. Because the child's place to most people is a place of control.
I agree.
That means you don't have, as a child, like, think about how people overlook children. Children are very observant.
Very
observant.
Very.
So while you're thinking the child sitting down playing with her dolls, or a boy sitting down playing with his cars, he listening to everything you say. They don't stop because they get to be school age. They don't stop because they start liking girls or boys. They listen to everything that adults do and adults say. So when you out here doing your dirt, or you talking about Miss Mamie down the road, messing around with Miss Sally Mae's husband, and you standing in front of that child, and the child may actually observe something and can add to the conversation. Oh, I saw Miss Mamie was over here the other day. Now you want to say stay in a child's place.
Right.
Okay. Now, if you want to say mind your business, and have a conversation later on, because there are children who have been beaten
Mm.
because they can, quote unquote, stay in a child's place. But it was never explained to them what they did wrong.
Mm.
I'm in a community room and you in here with your friends and y'all having a community discussion.
Mm.
I'm sitting right here. You have not excused me from the room. You have not
Mm.
dismissed me from the room.
Mm.
And you having this conversation around me. And that
Mm-hmm.
TV good. Y'all know that TV good. Look at how we on here now. What that say my influence was. Talking to my grandma, listening to my grandma, talk to her girlfriends and cousins and stuff, calling them on the phone, talking about the stories. You see what I'm saying? So if you don't want me, so if you want me to stay in a child's place, maybe you need to go to an adult place and have this grown folk conversation you had with your friend about your other friend down here, Mr. Lou Henry, who is Miss Sally Mae's husband. But you put me in that. I didn't put myself in that. You put me in it. Y'all throw me up a heart if I'm not frozen for you. If we're not frozen. Because everything seems to be good over here.
Oh my God. Now I agree. I agree. And again, you have to go back and look at the parents or the adults in the situation. Because again, tell them kids go outside to play. Get out my face. All we gotta do, get out my face, get out my mouth. They'll tell you either get out my face, get out my mouth, or go outside to play. Get out the conversation. Do that. But don't get mad. I understand what you're saying. And don't get mad when they interject because you didn't just, like you said, you didn't tell them to go about their business.
And don't punish
right.
me.
You didn't tell them
go. You know that children of a certain age gonna repeat everything.
Mm-hmm.
So if you know children of a certain age will repeat stuff, then maybe you don't need to stay there around that child, especially if you know that child is a leaky bucket. Because if they around you and they hear you talking and your conversation sound good, children repeat what they see adults do.
That's true.
I want to talk about it. So when you hear me now, I'm playing with my little friends, and I say to my little friend, your grandmama messing with Mr. Lou Henry? You can't say then, I'm not in the girl go to crying. Because I done said this, because I heard you and Miss talk about it, Miss Maybe talk about it. Now I done said to my little friend, well, shoot, you the one talk in front of me. What, my ears not suddenly bold to not work? No, I'm so serious. Tell me that has not happened to y'all. I know that doesn't happen to y'all. I know it doesn't happen to y'all.
So let me say this right here. When I was growing up, the only way we could have gotten like adult conversations, like that, we had to literally be quiet as heck. Like we literally had to be so quiet that they forgot we was in the room, the ear hustle. That's how we ended up getting in grown folks conversation. We had to literally be in the room and be quiet as church mouse with the ear hustle. Because if you start talking, then something brought to yourself, everybody had to get out. But we was quiet and act like we were. They would have forgot we were there, and we would have got all the tea, all the family tea. You know what I'm saying? That's how we ended up. That's how we were growing up. They would usually send us up out the room or tell us to go outside. But every now and again, they would have been forgot we there. And you had to be very quiet, the ear hustle.
And then look, and when we outside playing, girls and boys, when we outside playing, what we talking about?
What we heard inside.
That good tea we heard on the inside.
We heard the inside.
We didn't get to picking on each other and get talking about each other.
What we heard the inside. Yes.
We're going to see what we heard them grown folks say. Then the grown folks get mad. Come to the child come to the house crying or come to the house repeating what her friend done told her she heard her grandma say or she heard her mama say. Well, she wouldn't have heard it if y'all had stayed in an adult place and say y'all conversation to when you by yourself or when you're taking a nap. Did you really have to put this in that tea? Did you have to take care of that bone while I'm sitting out here playing with my dogs?
That part. Oh my God. Ayana, I just thought about this. Oh my God. I think the reason why Larry hasn't told Bethany about what he said about him not coming is because he don't believe him. He don't believe Fat B is greasy. he don't believe he gonna kick him out. That's what I'm thinking now.
No, I know Larry believe him, Nikki, because Larry in that skit, Larry knows that Jaden will block him, and he will have Lynette's support in blocking him. Larry knows that because he said to Bethany on more than one occasion, the last skit where he put his foot down and said he wasn't going to talk no more about it. The one where right when they were going to bed, and last time she was, you don't have any compassion for me. That skit right now. Larry told her, I got to pay for you, but you're going to have me where I can't go. Nope, I'm not coming. You know, he said it then. He said it in a previous skit that he was not, if he has to honor his son's wishes and he not going to, you know, they have each other back like that, and he wasn't going to compromise himself for her. Because he going to go.
But why
so
he
believe it. What Larry's going to try to do, though, is take Bethany with him on the day they call and say, y'all come on. He going to bring Bethany anyway in hopes that when he gets there, it's going to be too late.
You think so?
That's what Larry trying to do. Why else he ain't told him? Because when he said Jaden called him back, he could have told her then that my son pretty much has uninvited me. If you're coming, I am now no longer invited.
And if he does that, I hope to God Lynette, him, the baby mama, I hope all them gang and say, no, ain't none of y'all can come. I hope everybody there be like, no, y'all can't come. We good, love.
I'm telling you, that's what he doing.
I hope everybody who involved say, no, you can't come. Nope, y'all on the list.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. Deborah saying, can you send a post to Chase and tell him to do a skit regarding first baby mama to call Larry and ask if Bethany there and put it on speaker and both can hear at the same time? It's a no.
Deborah, my speakerphone. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I wish Chase would let me write for him though, or do some concepts for him. I would love to do some concepts, some skit concepts, because clearly people like my concepts, because I've seen several people take a couple of concepts that I've dropped on these lives and then take them and turn them into AI posts.
Listen.
I sent it.
So hold on, let me ask you something, Ayana. So you said, okay, so you don't think Larry is an alcoholic. You think he has a drinking problem. So do you?
I think he can go over into alcoholism if it goes unchecked.
Now, do you think that may have had something to do with him in the military, him getting kicked out? Did he get dishonorably discharged, or he just discharged?
No, he was honorably discharged because he getting retirement.
So do you think? Okay, so going back to him saying at his low point, do you think he may have been like all out drinking all the time, and that's how he got with Bethany? Like, what I'm trying to say is, do you think drinking is considered his lowest point? Just all out being drunk or whatever. Drinking
his low point. His low point was when him and Shara split up. That was Larry's low point. Larry told Shara that, and I think I did it in the compilation video, one of the compilation videos I did, but Larry told Shara that he had not told her this, but when they divorced, it was in the skit where Shara had first gotten in. She'd been in town for a minute. She was bringing Brooke back, and she said, "Larry, how are you?" So Bethany had gone viral for calling those girls nappy-headed. She also had that court case that had started up with Crystal because they tried to set Crystal up, right? And he said, Shara's like, "How are you, Larry?" And then he was like, "Oh, I'm okay." And she said, "No, how are you? Everything that's going on, because you're dealing with a lot. How are you?" Shar was checking on his mental then. And then he said, it hadn't been easy. And he said, "I just want to be happy." It's in the video that I did when I said Larry just wants to be happy. He said to her then, he said that, because she was like, "Well, how can," he said, "I just want to make sure, well, how can you be happy when you living here?" He said, "Well, it started even before then." And then he drops the bomb on Shara and said, "It started back when you and I broke up." when we divorced. That's what he tells Shara in that skit.
Ooh, child.
So that was his down moment. And then when Shar had that issue with going to jail, that's when he got Brooke. Brooke was not with Larry when him and Shar first divorced. By the conversations in these skits, Brooke was still with Shar. So Shar went to jail. That is where my theory comes from. That's when I pull in the theory of at some point he met Bethany in that frame between his divorce or right before his divorce, and then when Shar went to jail and he got Brooke. I think Bethany fed off of his low point, and she set Shara up. Marquise says, Ayana, remember when Bethany and Larry was arguing about helping Shara, and Larry kept using omit, and that's what he did yesterday. Larry omitted what Jaden said to him. Yep, he omitted it.
Hey, yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go back to work, but I'm gonna be in the chat. Okay, sweetie?
Okay. All right.
All right.
Okay, bye. All right, y'all. So, yes, Marquise, I do remember that. It's something Lynn Everly said I want to go back to because I meant to read out. I have been taught children are to be seen and not heard from. That's what my parents used to say to us kids when we gather at the table with adults. And that's the thing. Why are you sitting at the table with adults if they don't want to hear from you? In my mind, if you don't want to hear from me, then let me eat by myself, and then I'm going on about my business. I don't have to eat with you. Children are not trophies. They are not things to just be looked upon and then tossed aside. Yes, she was 8 when Larry got her. So that's why I struggle with that. Like I used to, now my oldest son, I used to like, just hush, just hush, just hush. But no, I had to learn. I like, because that old teaching to me is false. It's false. It has a faulty, it has a false switch to it. Because children have feelings. Children go through stuff. Just like you go and you work every day and you come home and you have a bad day. Your child goes to school and can have a bad day at school. People are like, what you got to worry about? You ain't got no bills. It ain't about having bills. A good example of this, I remember a dude bought a gun in school when I was in 3rd grade. I would say that was a bad day. When children today are dealing with way more stuff than what we dealt with. They're having a lot of bad days. They have feelings. They are concerned about the things that go on in the world. They look to us in our conversation so that they can understand what's going on. When they watch the news or when they're having conversations with their friends about what's on the news and they sit and they listen and they add, let them chime in. Use it as a teachable moment, but don't sit there and act like they just there to be doormats. This is not what children are for. Michael Boston says, just let Bethany go to Montana. I believe Bethany will be shown the light. Just let her go. At this point, we know Bethany is going to go to Montana. I don't think it's about whether they should let Bethany go to Montana or not. At this point, I think it's about how Larry is handling the situation. Because Larry is not, he really is. Remember I told y'all Larry is toxic. Larry is really feeding into the issues with his son because he won't man up and just tell Bethany straight up, they don't want you there, you're not going. It's that simple. Just like Bethany and her family tell Larry, this is our family business. You're not a part of this business. Okay, this is my family. You're not a part of that. They don't want you to be a part of this. So don't. Dina Hatcher says, we Gen Xers were raised to believe that disagreement equates to disrespect, and that is not true. Exactly. Just because you don't agree with an adult don't mean you don't respect them. And that's not what it means. And I'm telling you something else too. My grandma used to tell me, she said she didn't care who it was. If they tell a lie, they just tell a lie. They're not telling no story. They're not telling no fib. A lie is a lie. How is telling an adult that what they're saying is wrong disrespectful? Deborah, yes, Deborah, this. Actually, I feel Brooke isn't and has never been disrespectful. Bethany has villainized Brooke to her father for her personal gain. Been doing it the whole time that little girl been there. And I'm calling her little girl because I'm thinking about the 8-year-old Brooke. And if you think about some of the stuff, she's gotten a little bit more mature since Destiny has been there. But even some of the things that Brooke is very spoiled and has a sense of entitlement. That's something that she's gotten from Bethany and Larry because they have fostered that in her. She could be a lot worse than what she is. Imagine Brooke as a hope or a faith. She could be a lot worse. A lot worse. Y'all, I'm trying to look at the camera, but I keep seeing myself. So that's why I be looking down like that. They're like, why y'all be looking like that? Because I'm looking at myself. Let's see what else we got in the comments. Who's on skit watch for me? Who's on skit watch? Good morning. Yes, Brooke can behave more mature than Bethany, and she does behave more mature than Bethany. Look at how Bethany was pouting because somebody told her no. Marquisa says, y'all remember Larry told Annette he was praying that God would make Bethany see why she's there, so the writer's gonna make it to where Bethany not gonna be the issue. I could see them doing that. You know what? I didn't like that either, D Brown. D Brown says, I did not like the way Larry had to make up a lie to have Brooke apologize by saying it was her tone, not what she wished was a way of placating Bethany. Yep. And here's the thing. I like the fact that Brooke called him out, but in the room you said wasn't nothing wrong with what I said. Now you want me to apologize? I'm so glad she said that to him. And all of this stuff that Larry's doing to Brooke is going to add up. Because in a minute, Brooke gonna tell her mama, and she got Destiny there as a witness. Even if Larry goes without Bethany, Bethany will go like she did when he was in Chicago. That's exactly it. She still is gonna go. She was gonna force her way there. She does not respect boundaries. She does not respect boundaries at all. No respect for boundaries. She's a horrible person. Let's just go and say it. She's a horrible person. she's a horrible person. Well, that was another theory that I had too, Karen, was that Larry wouldn't tell her he was going, he just leaves. Because that's the other thing too. If the baby is due tomorrow, and I think someone dropped the 20th out there as a date. Okay, thanks, Marquisa. Then um technically they should be flying, they should all be flying standby. Bethany's talking about ordering tickets and stuff. But if the baby is due tomorrow, they should at this point should be flying standby. And I feel like if Bethany is going, Brooke should go. That right there. Deborah says, "Can I wait till Destiny stops smiling and tell Larry he act just like her mother, old man?" Yup. You know what, Nikki? I'm waiting on that too. I am waiting on Lynette to call. I'm waiting. Patiently waiting. Because it's going to be a doozy. All right, y'all. Well, it is 10:05. We got 10 minutes left. I'm getting off at 10:15. Midday will be at 1:15 today, so there will be a midday live today at 1:15. Larry's struggling with this situation because he allowed Bethany to create his struggle. It is his fault he's struggling with this situation because no is a 2-letter word and no is also a full sentence. Can I go? No. Did he say you can go? Yes. Did he call me and say he wants you to go? No. He don't want you there. It's that simple. You're not going. It's that simple. Bethany will not get an epiphany in Montana because she has a mental illness. She will be triggered by disruptive when they take pictures and she's left out. Oh, when Lynette goes to hold her grandbaby, Bethany is going to try to take that baby from Lynette. She's going to try to use her marriage to Larry to take control of the baby. Gladys says what Larry should do is call his son and put it on speaker and have his son tell him. That's what I'm saying. Like they like these technologies don't exist. Get some rest because the next skit gonna be off the chain. Let me see if they done dropped it on Facebook. Let me see. Because that 9 o'clock skit was Amber and Anthony, which I really wish they would quit doing that. Them skits don't be hitting. Yeah. Good morning, Mosa. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We got about 8 more minutes left. We got 50 people in the chat. Please hit that like button. Please, please, please. We sure appreciate you. Hold on. Let me check. I just muted this. Okay, there we go. We have 0 likes. We got 49 people in here. We got 0 likes. I don't need y'all to hit that like button. Like. I need some likes, y'all. Come on now. It's 52 people. It don't cost nothing to hit that like button. Let YouTube know you still find this content valuable and you're enjoying my content. Please, please, please. Larry's struggling with his situation. If Larry wants to see his grandson, he have to take the risk. I guess he is. But that boy done told him he don't want him now. With Bethany there. Theory, Lynette, Jada, and Kaylee will not be telling anybody that the baby's born. You know what? You know what, Deborah? It would not surprise me that the baby comes and they don't tell anybody until after the baby is born. Because they did not tell them that Kaylee was pregnant until almost the very last minute. I would do that. I would be like, they'll know about it when it gets here. No one ever holds Judy Barrett. Good morning, Judy. No one ever holds Bethany accountable for her actions with the exception of Crystal and Arnisha. And that didn't do anything but make it worse. Yeah, it did. Bethany is going to fly to Montana. Anyway, I can't wait until his son's mom see Bethany at the hospital with Larry. Means of Michael Boston. Good morning. Gladys says what Larry should do is call his son and put it on speaker and have his son tell her no. Definitely agree. D Brown, and I agree with you, D Brown. Before I even read it all, I agree with you. Jaden should not have to repeat himself. It's up to Larry to put his foot down and stand on business. You are exactly right. It is amazing when Brooke was going to Chicago and Bethany was doing everything to stop her, but now she don't care if Brooke goes to Shards. Exactly. Okay, Lonnie, you still here. Cool. Y'all hit that like button. Please, please, please. Oh, you see 13 on your end? I may need to just refresh my page. Let me refresh my page. Okay, it's 21 on my end. Thank you so much. Y'all hit that come on in. Good morning. Hit that like button. Larry need to take the risk to see his grandson. I hate when they waste 2/3 of nothing. I'm showing 20 likes. Thank you. That's what I would say. That would be a skit. Because what that would do is Larry would have a straight fit. And the reason why he would have a straight fit is because Lynette would have been up there. He would have been left out. Essentially, don't tell them the baby is on the way. Let the baby be born, then tell them after the fact. Thank you, Gladys. Yeah, it's going up. Thank you all. People are hitting the like button and everything. So I appreciate y'all. Marquisa says I would do that too. That way Larry don't have to worry about leaving Bethany. Yep. He can stay there with his precious wife. He could stay there with his precious wife. Deborah says, I hope his son say and show his disappointment, and Lynette staying right and shaking her head in disappointment also. Oh, that would almost kill her. You think Larry drinking now? I think we get ready to see an alcoholism thing with Larry. And I think we're going to see it because Larry has not dealt with Bethany yet. Yep. I don't care either. I don't care either about no Pierre and Amanda and Tiana at this point. Oh, y'all, I'm going to be dropping some recaps and / reviews of His and Her on Netflix. I can't do a reaction like I do these skits because it's not working out that way. I'm not getting the same, like they cut it because of copyright. They cut everything, so it will have to be more of a recap. Well, I'm just talking about what I saw. So if anybody has seen His and Hers, or watches His and Hers, or has been planning to watch His and Hers on Netflix, we can have a discussion about His and Hers because I'm going to be talking about it. And I have a special playlist for it and everything. I've seen it, but I want to go back and watch it, like, because I missed some stuff. Whew, shoot. You love her first name. Yeah, that'd be a whole new storyline. It'd be a good storyline too. Um, and if Lynette has a new guy and he is there and Larry not That would be great. Yep. That would just be that would be the icing on the cake. I would pack my things and put them in the car and leave like if I was going to to somewhere and go to the airport. Yep. I would do that. I would make sure Brooke is at her mama house. I would take Brooke and Destiny to Shars. I sure would. I sure would. All right, y'all. Our hour is up. It has been a pleasure chatting with y'all about the skits from yesterday and this morning about the stay in the child's place thing and all that other good stuff. I am about to get off of here so I can go do some work on some of these compilations I'm going to be dropping today. And also so I can kick off the first episode of His and Hers so we can get some content around that as well. And I will chat with y'all later. Y'all have a wonderful day. Peace and a whole lot of happy Monday grease. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.